Hi, everybody. I'm Julie Gordon White, CEO of MenoWell, Menopause Energy, High Fiber, and Protein Bars. So glad to be here with you as we have a great guest coming up and a great time as we are wrapping up, rounding the corner at the end of the first ever perimenopause month and heading hot, literally hot, right into menopause, Global Menopause Awareness Month tomorrow. Super excited. Hi, everybody. So glad you're here. Let's bring up our guest. We're talking about pivoting for more joy during menopause and midlife. I see you, Brenda. Let me grab you here. Okay, true confessions. You know, you're not supposed to polish your nails right before you do something. I'm always guilty of that. Here we go. My face looks so hot. Brenda, are you coming?
I just did mine too.
You
So I
did?
was like,
Okay, true confessions.
I
I have
love
been
it.
known to have nail polish like stuck in my hair,
Oh
like on this
no.
thing because I'm always like, I gotta touch these things up.
I know, I
I
know.
guess that's part of the we don't care club kind
Mm,
of behavior, right?
That's where we are. That's where we are
If
right
I really
now.
didn't care, I wouldn't paint my nails, but I did anyway. So,
Right, right.
anyway,
Yeah.
dear friend
Yes.
Brenda Braxton, founder of the VIP Pause Box, all the pause boxes, really all cool things, queen of a pivot in midlife. Super honored to have you here as we wrap up perimenopause month and head straight into global menopause month tomorrow.
Yes,
Thanks for
yes,
being here.
yes. Absolutely. I'm happy to be back.
Yes,
It's
I
been a
know, right?
minute.
Is this your second or
Yes.
therd time
This is
joining
my
me? I can't.
second time.
Second time.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
OG.
second
You're gonna have
time.
to do a takeover one of these times.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Good. Good.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
I'm so excited. One of the things that I love about you is that you have embraced, you've been on Broadway all of your life and decided, I'm closing this lid on this polish, and decided to make a big change in
Mhm,
midlife. And so that's why I wanted to have you come on and talk about it, because part of why you did it was having more joy and helping
mhm,
women have more joy. Because we tend to think as we age and get into midlife that we have less joy, or
mhm,
we have less energy, or less right to have joy in our life. So talk
mhm.
to us about the pivot that you made, a little bit about your Broadway career because it's super fun, and
Uh-huh.
then why you decided to do that.
Well, interesting. I kind of was, I don't want to say forced into it, but at a certain age when you're in theater, whether it's television or live theater or movies, you get to a certain age, and no matter how fierce you feel or how fierce you think you look,
Mm, mm,
society puts you in a box. So
mm.
once you turn 50 or you turn 60, then they go, oh, well, she's 60 now or she's 50 now. So I kind of found that I was getting called for less things,
Mm.
and actually an old agent I had actually said to me, well, you're getting older now. And I was like,
You're fired.
okay, I know. Exactly. So he's gone.
Mm.
But it kind of made me start thinking about, okay, what's next? And that's when I developed Act Two, Now What? Because I was constantly asking myself, okay, now what? I've always been very entrepreneurial. I had,
Mhm.
the gentleman's grooming parlor called B. Braxton's
Right.
back in the day. It was the first of its kind, upscale,
Mm.
but I
Mm.
was still like, there's something else I need to be doing. There's something else that's going to give me as much joy as Broadway did. And I
Mm.
did end up going back to Broadway about 2 years ago, maybe. I went back to Chicago the Musical on Broadway, and this time in the role of Mama Morton.
Wow.
So that was kind of a pivot because
Right.
I originally, yeah, was Velma Kelly. So I pivoted to that, and it still didn't bring me as much joy as the beginning of my career.
Mm.
So I started thinking, and then, of course, menopause hit. And I was like, oh my God, what is
Well,
happening?
and especially because you're
Oh,
using your physical body to do
Yes.
your craft. And so
Yes.
menopause really hits differently. I mean, I
Yes,
know
it
I've struggled
does.
so much with brain fog and weight gain, but you're using your whole body to do your
Yes.
magic. So that had to
Yes.
be quite difficult, I would imagine.
Yes, and that weight gain is a whole different kind of weight gain.
Yes.
You know, I would put on a little weight, and if I had a job, you know, I'd go, oh, 2 weeks it'll be off. Not so much this
Not so,
time.
and of course all around the middle, like the place
Around the
that you
middle.
don't want it to be. So
Exactly. Your little waistline is a lot of waistline. So
come
I
back,
kept
girl, come back.
thinking,
Yeah,
oh, will it ever come back? They say it can. I
it
haven't
does. It
experienced it
does.
yet, but yes, they say it can. So we're going to keep joyful about that,
That's right.
right?
Protein, fiber, movement, protein,
Oh,
fiber,
fiber
lift. There
move.
you go.
Okay. All right. Definitely. But it still got me thinking. And then I was doing some research, and you come up with all of these myths that, you know, your sex life is done. You're never going to be alert anymore. You're never going to sleep through the night anymore. You're going to be dry and all of
Right.
that. And I was like, no. I can't go down this way. I cannot go down this way because I don't feel that. And
Right.
I didn't get hot flashes. So
Oh,
but
lucky
I
you.
did have, I know, but I did have anxiety, really bad
Mm-hmm.
anxiety, like that kind of, what am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, there's so many myths. Each menopause experience is different for each woman.
Yeah.
So you and I will have a different menopause, you
Right.
know,
Right.
journey.
Right.
So I said, well, there's got to be some kind of way that we can figure out the different types of our menopause. And I said, subscription boxes are all the rage. So
Right.
why don't I develop a subscription box? It's become a quarterly box because
Mm-hmm.
most of the things you have to try for at least 60 days,
And
you
yeah,
know?
use them for a while to
Use
feel
them
the
for a
benefit.
while.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I said,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, okay, let's do a subscription box with all the goodies. And that's how I came up with Pause by B. Braxton. And our first subscription box has so many goodies in it. We've got Menopause. We have that.
And of
We've
course, the
got,
double chocolate brownie looks so good with
oh
your
my
purple and
God.
lavender branding too.
Exactly,
So,
exactly. So I
hmm
put that in there. I put some vitamins in there. I put some, I started using Membracin. I guess I can say it on
sure,
here.
sure, sure.
Membracin, yeah. And I felt that, oh, wow, I feel more myself, let's put it that way,
Mm-hmm.
physically, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that special physical way. And so I
Right,
put
right.
that in there. I use magnesium lotion too, because some of my aches and pains from having danced all my life,
Mm-hmm.
I just needed a little something. So I put my own branded magnesium in there. There's a mist that you can use, a cucumber mist. So there's
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of teas in there. One of my favorite teas is, I'm going to say it, go to fuck to sleep. So that's in there. And then there's
I
also
gotta
wake
love
the
the
fuck
names
up.
we can come up with at this stage of life. So, but you
Because
know, spot on.
it's
Hello.
what it is.
That's
Yes, it's
right.
like you're sitting up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning
Yeah,
buying stuff online that you really don't need. That's part of my problem. I go shopping.
that's right.
So I have things in
One
every
click to
color.
buy. One click to buy. Just
One
make sure you put some
click.
MenoWell bars in your cart. Then at least you're going to get
Absolutely.
something good for you out of that. When the shoes come, at least you'll
Absolutely.
have some high fiber
So,
and protein in there.
so you can walk around in your new shoes, right? So I developed the pause box and it's on my website. But then I was like, well, that's nice. That's nice. Now I travel a lot too because, you know, with theater, you go on tour. And once those symptoms start hitting and you're in an airport, there's nothing worse than having anxiety at gate 26 when your
Right.
flight has been canceled and
Right.
you've got to
For
sit
the
there another
second
two
time.
hours.
Right.
Exactly. So I started thinking about, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have a pause lounge, to have all kinds of pause items for women of a seasoned age who
Yes.
are going through these changes in the airport. Because
Yes.
it's no joke, it's no fun. So that's when I developed the pause travel case. Can you see that?
I love it. You know, I love it.
Yes. And can you see the
I
Menno in
see that
there?
MenoWell bar in there. Yes, yes, yes.
So it's things specifically for women who are going through whatever changes they're going through. And it's all in a cute little pack. I also have a smaller pack, which has everything in the smaller size. But it has things like, again, the cucumber spritz. It has the teas that are specifically for us, that calm us in a different way. You don't have to run around the airport trying to find a tea that helps with your anxiety or your stress or whatever.
Right.
And the lounge, which is what I'm working on now, would be something specifically for women to go to, can calm down, can, just have that moment of, whew, you're not around a whole bunch of business people. Of course, you can do business if you want to, but it's just that spot, the pause lounge, that you can go and just be with like-minded women. Community is very important. People understanding why you're sweating profusely and not looking at you like you're crazy. They can take you and go, come on, girl. Come on in here.
Have some of my pause spray,
Right.
I love that. It's so special. I mean, it's a big undertaking. I know that you have decided to. I know you have an Indiegogo too that we could share it. And it's on your website, so we'll tell everybody how to get there if you want to contribute to this awesome project. And so we can get one and then grow from there. But the idea, I mean, in an airport especially, it's so stressful when we're traveling. And at midlife, you're already hot, either cold, hot, all the things, cancellations, delays. And we have rooms for people with pets. We have rooms in Las Vegas if you want to gamble. Or
for children,
rooms.
They've got
so of course
sections.
We should have a menopause room, a pause room. That's
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yes. And I'm now certified. So I'm already certified to have my pause cases in airports, and I'm certified in LAX, the new JFK, LaGuardia, Newark. So I'm certified there to get my products in there, and that's what we're working on. But the pause would have everything that you need, including that space to just chill.
That's so awesome. I love that. Yes. I'm waiting because
with bated breath.
I know. I'm waiting. Oakland Airport, LAX, LaGuardia.
Yes.
LaGuardia is one of my favorite airports because it's so beautiful and easy to navigate through. But to have a menopause, because I'm an early get to the airport person. I'm like an old lady.
Yes, me too.
I'd rather get there. I do not want to run through the airport anymore. So I will get there very early. And if I had a special place to go, I would go straight there.
Absolutely. So that's what we're working on, whether it's partnering with a lounge that's already there to have a section, at least a separate section. You can have a nosh, you can have tea or whatever, cocktail if you want, but just some place where people understand what you're going through. Awesome. Preferably our own space.
And a meeting place, because if you're having a business meeting, that's a place where you can meet up with someone too. So.
Absolutely. And with all of the new women entrepreneurs, because it's funny, I was talking to a friend of mine today, and we were talking about all of the women who have been let go, the government workers who have been let go, who are we're smart. We're going to start our own things. So we're going to be traveling in groups.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which we're going to already, we're out there.
So we'll have to do our business as well. We'll have to have, and more retreats are happening too, which that's going to be another thing, to have a retreat. And your group of women can go to the pause lounge and chill before their flight. It's going to be awesome. So I'm very happy with that. Yeah.
I think it's such a great concept and unique, first of its kind. And I know you had to go through a lot to be able to be approved to do this.
Yes.
And so let's talk about the resilience in midlife, because when you're pivoting, if someone here, and I see you, Zia, I see your question, I'm going to come back to you. If someone's watching this and they're thinking about making a pivot in their life, I mean, that's a big pivot that you've made from Broadway to subscription boxes, right?
Yes. Yes.
How have you found the courage to do that? And then, I know things can get challenging, just like for me, when you're growing a company, there's a lot of bumps in the road. How have you found your inner resilience to keep going through the challenging parts? So the courage and then the resilience.
Yes. The courage is, if I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? That's number one. And then find something that you have a passion for. Like I have a passion for talking to women. I have a passion for being grand. I have a passion, you know. So so that was my first thing. What can I do? How can I talk to the girls? How can I? And I've got a community of ladies
Mm-hmm.
who like one of my best friends is LaChance. LaChance has pivoted. She's a Tony nominated actress, but now
Mm-hmm.
she's a major player in producing.
Mm-hmm.
She's won, I want to say, in the last 3 seasons on Broadway, she has won over 20 Tony Awards for producing shows, not for being in them. And she and I started in Dreamgirls back in the 80s.
I know you were one
Broadway,
of the
yes.
original dream girls.
So, yes. So she found her passion in producing,
Mm-hmm.
getting monies and things like that, and finding new projects. She's got a beautiful project coming out called The Other
Oh, I
this
love it.
season. So I had a community of women, my cougar ladies. We call them cougar ladies because I did a show called Cougar the Musical. Some of my best friends who are also still from Dreamgirls in the 80s. So we
Mm-hmm.
have a group of us who are in that age group now,
Mm-hmm.
going through all of these changes, looking to pivot, looking to find something that we're very passionate about.
Mm.
Be passionate about this next phase in your life. Don't just do it just to be doing it.
Right.
You have earned the right to find what you are passionate about. And most of the time, we had something before we became mothers and wives, and we had something that we were passionate about, that either we thought, oh, I'm not going to make any money from that, or people are going to laugh at me. We've had something passionate. So go back and think about, ooh, I would love to do that. And then research it,
Yeah. Well, I love
research it.
that. Going back to your childhood or when you were younger, before
Yeah.
you were all, completely constrained by the how. Because the
Mm-hmm.
how, you get an idea and you get excited, and then you start spinning on the how. Well, how am I going to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Who am I to do that? And it's going to cost
Mm-hmm.
this, or I'm too old. So I love that. So go back to your younger self, maybe those
Yes,
dreams that you set aside for whatever reason. Pull them
absolutely.
out, pull her out, all of them.
Shake them
See
out,
what's there. Yeah,
brush
shake
them
them
off.
out, dust them off.
Right.
Yeah.
Dust them off. And do not put yourself in a situation where you're around a lot of naysayers. And there could be some family members who are naysayers. And
Right.
it's okay to say, I'm going to see you later
Right.
because I need to go over here.
Thank
And,
you.
and yeah, thank you for sharing.
Thank you for
I'm going to go
sharing.
over here
Yeah.
and figure this out and do. And what I've also found is, what is that saying? When you might not see the whole staircase, just
Martin
take the
Luther
first
King.
step.
Right. Faith.
Yes.
Faith is taking. It's one of my favorite quotes. Faith is taking the first step when you can't see the whole
The whole
staircase.
staircase. That's right. And the universe, whether you believe in God, the universe, Mother Nature, or whatever, the universe will
All the
start
things.
putting things, all the things. The universe will start putting people and things, and keep your eye out because it could be a little thing that takes you to the next step. It
Yes.
could be one phone call from a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend that makes you go, oh, they know how to do that. Let me call them
Right.
and make the call, because people can either say yes or no. But if you don't make the call, you'll
The
never know
answer is
what it
no.
is. The answer is
There
no.
is no.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I am so with you on that. And
Yeah.
hi, Food and Family Travel. I see you. And she said, great advice. And there's so many times when you do take that leap of faith,
Hmm.
and then you hit a bump in the road, and then you
Hmm.
think, oh, I can't
Yes.
do this. It's too hard,
Yes.
or whatever story we make up. And then
Hmm.
one little tiny thing happens.
Yep.
It could be, like you said, a call or a
Hmm.
customer or
Hmm.
any, like, a quote. You could be on Instagram and you watch, a clip from the Meadow Lounge, and one thing that someone says, it just resonates with you. And that's
Yes.
the little tiny spark that just keeps
Yes.
you going. keep you going.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was talking again to another friend of mine this morning, and I said, I launched this Indiegogo campaign, and you've got all these friends, and you just know, oh, they are gonna go on there, and they're gonna give me 5, 10, 100, $1,500. They're gonna, and I'm like, okay, we are 18 days away from the final,
Getting down to the
and
wire.
we're
Yes.
down to the wire, and I'm like, it didn't happen like I thought it would. It
Hmm.
didn't, like, people didn't rush to it. And I got a lot of, yeah, girl, go ahead. I love it, da, 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 all that. But people didn't rush to it like I had first imagined. And I could very well go, all right, well, it's probably not a good idea. It's not, I know it's a good idea. And it might take a little more time, but I know it's a good idea. And I'm just going to take one more step, make one more post, call one more friend, and just keep the momentum going. That's all you can do. Keep the momentum going and do things like this. I was so happy that you invited me back. This is so wonderful, and I appreciate it. I really
Well,
do.
of course, of course. Zia just said, "Did you?" I had to take a call. Did you answer my question yet? Not yet, Zia. So hold tight. Um,
Okay.
that one more step to get momentum.
Mm-hmm.
We underestimate how long things might take, but how
Mm-hmm.
great it can be over a little bit
Mm-hmm.
longer of a period of time. But
Absolutely.
sometimes we have a specific time frame that we are working with.
Yeah.
So that's when you got to double down on your activity,
Mm-hmm.
your calls, your requests, your updates, and every little bit counts. So,
Absolutely.
you
And
know,
you're going to be
and
uncomfortable because I am
right. That's where all
so
the goodness is
uncomfortable.
anyway.
I know I am so uncomfortable asking people for money.
Yeah.
I tried my hand
Okay.
at producing and I was
Mm.
like, I can't do it. I
Okay.
can't do it.
I'm going to put, I used to coach women entrepreneurs. I'm going to put my coaching hat on for 1 second
Yes.
that you're not asking people for money. You
Hmm.
are offering an investment.
Mm. Ooh.
You're not going to go buy some shoes with that money, are you? I keep going back to shoes
No.
because, yeah, I'm thinking about
No.
shoes
I know
lately.
shoes. I love
I'm
shoes.
not a
That's a
purse girl,
whole
but I'm a
nother,
shoe girl.
I know. That's a whole nother post. Yes.
Sneakers lately. But anyway, right.
Uh-huh.
You're not going to take the money that people go to Indiegogo and go on
Right.
vacation, right?
No, no, not at
If
all. It's
anything, the
all
work
going
just
into
ramps up
cause.
from that,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So this is
Exactly.
why when we are pivoting, it's really important that we clear our minds and catch all the little stories. They're so sneaky
Mm,
that we have, and especially around money. When you're becoming an
absolutely.
entrepreneur, you know, all of our money stuff that maybe we haven't filtered out over the years, it
Yeah,
shows up because it feels very personal,
absolutely.
even though it's business. And
Yes.
so I'm just going to help you with that little
Thank
statement, Brenda.
you.
You're
See,
not
look at
asking for
that.
money. You're not asking
Oh,
somebody, hey, can somebody send me to Hawaii for a couple weeks
I know,
here? Although that's not bad either.
I know,
Um,
right? So,
no,
well,
you're
here
you're offering an
an
investment. And
investment
for
and to get
women,
on board in the beginning stages too. So, yes.
early while it's still the pricing is valued value
Yes.
add right before it becomes too
Yes.
expensive of an investment for a lot of people and be a
Yes.
part of the building, be a part of the
Yes.
growth and building. So
Yes. Now, so a quick story. What's interesting in the universe bringing you what you want, so you got to be very specific.
yes,
So I have been talking about Barbados. I'm going to Barbados. I'm going to live in Barbados. I'm going to do a retreat in Barbados. I don't know how I'm getting there, but I'm going to
I'm coming.
Barbados. Yes. So a couple of months ago, a friend of a friend who kind of takes us to theater and things like that. He just loves traveling, going to them. So he took us to lunch, me and two of my girlfriends. And at the end of the lunch, he pulls into this like little, we went up the Hudson. He pulls up into a train station and he says, I have one more thing for you. Long story short, he wanted to celebrate his birthday on a trip. He took all of us to where? Barbados for the
Wow,
weekend.
wow,
I didn't
wow,
have to
wow.
put out any monies other than, getting to the airport and stuff like that. But that's what I mean by be specific, put
Mm,
it out into the universe. So
right,
whoever's listening, I need at least $5 million.
right. And you never know how it's going to
You
show up,
never,
right? Not
you
being
never
attached
know.
to how
You
it
never
gets there.
know.
But I am with you 1,000% on that, because
Yes,
unless we are clear about what we want and what we need,
exactly.
you won't even notice it when it shows up. It can be right
Exactly.
there, but if you're not clear about it,
Yeah,
you will not recognize it. So,
exactly.
mhm,
Exactly. So
mhm.
yes. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, let's we've made Zia wait long enough. Okay. She says now at 67, still feeling hot flashes. My
Mm-hmm.
mom's still getting them in her 80s. Sorry about
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
And weight gain. Is this possible? Yes. And what can I do about it? I am on VeggieFem 3 times a week and had ovaries
Mm-hmm.
out over a year ago because
Mm,
of RAD51D high risk gene. Okay,
mm.
girl, hugging you up from over here in California.
Yes,
Wherever you are.
absolutely. In New York
You
too.
got it from New York. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we absolutely can get our bodies back in alignment. And
Mm-hmm.
you, Brenda, you know this as being a performer your whole life, that
Mm-hmm.
it's so simple but not easy. And
Right.
that is starting with our nutrition,
Mm-hmm.
that
Yep.
this is the time when what we put in our bodies matters more than ever. Certain
Absolutely.
foods will make us feel better, certain foods will make us feel worse. And if
Absolutely.
we overconsume without moving our body, and this is
Mm-hmm.
not just calories in, calories out, but food is energy,
Mm-hmm.
literally energy,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got to move. So take a look at your foods. It is proven that, we know we need protein because we need to
Mm-hmm.
maintain our muscle, stay
Mm-hmm.
strong. We
Mm-hmm.
need fiber to support our gut biome, which also
Mm-hmm.
helps our brain as well. And it also keeps us full. That's why, in our bars, we have so much fiber, because they keep you full, satisfied, and less likely to reach for something that's not really our friend anymore.
Exactly. Exactly.
Lifting weights, start where you are,
Mm-hmm.
dumbbells at home. If you
Mm-hmm.
gotta, we criticize the pink 3 pounders, but if that's where you are, that's where you are. And you just keep
Exactly.
working up 3, 5,
Exactly.
8, 10, 12, 15, 20 to do it.
Exactly. And
And
stretching.
walk and
Just
stretch.
stretching.
Stretch. I'm not
Stretching.
that
Yeah.
good about that.
Yeah.
Stretching. I bet you are, right? As a
Yeah,
performer.
that's my main thing. I need to just keep stretching. Like it's so funny. I've got all those dumbbells sitting right over there in the corner and I never use them. But now you remind me, yes, you can do, and while you're watching TV even,
Totally.
just keep keep the weights going, keep the stretching going. It's
Mhm.
very, very important. And I've had a hip replacement since you and I last talked.
Did I
Yes.
know that? I don't think I knew
I
that.
don't think you did
Wow.
know.
Okay.
So I really need to keep the stretch going and keep keep that hip. Ooh, it's more than a notion,
Yeah.
but that's where we are now,
That's where we are. And so
Yeah.
walking when you can,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as much as you can, out in nature, because that also
Mm-hmm.
helps calm our nervous system when we're in nature. And most of
Absolutely.
us are working from home at least some of the time, if not all
Mm-hmm.
the time. I can
Mm-hmm.
get 3 to 5 thousand steps in my house because I just yeah. I have three
Yes.
floors, up, down, up, down, up, down. But I'm like, go.
Yes.
I have to tell myself, go outside,
Yeah.
go outside.
Yeah. And you need the vitamin D too
Exactly. I
out
have
from
this huge
outside.
window here, and I think I get some
Yeah.
here. But you just need that fresh air, the vitamin D,
Mm-hmm.
plants, birds, all of
Mm-hmm.
the things outside. So
Yeah.
I would say, Zia, if nothing else, if you haven't already, create a new routine for yourself where you carve out 30 minutes, preferably an hour, where you can think about what you're going to eat, plan to eat the
Mm-hmm.
good things that you enjoy, find foods
Mm-hmm.
that are high protein, high fiber that you
Mm-hmm.
like, require some experimentation sometimes,
Right.
where you can move your body, stretch your body, get quiet, whatever you need to do to calm your body down, because all of
Mm-hmm.
us, we don't even know that we are in a constant state of tightness,
Stress. Yes.
stress.
Yes.
And stress,
Yeah.
for certain reasons, can be good. Like it can save our lives. Like, get out of here
Mhm.
now. But
Exactly.
just chronic stress that we think that we're calm, but we're actually operating at this high level and
Yeah,
we are always in it, so we don't notice it. So we
absolutely.
need to create these times. That's why I love Pause by B.
Mm-hmm.
Braxton. I mean, it's just yet another reminder, like MenoWell, that we
Mm-hmm.
deserve wellness and to pause during this time.
Absolutely.
So
It's so
take it.
funny. Sometimes during the day, I'll go, relax, Brenda, and I'll go, I
Right.
didn't even
You
realize that
didn't
I
realize, and
was,
your whole
yeah, yeah. and
Just a
just
few deep
relax and
breaths.
just
Yeah.
exactly. And it
Mm-hmm.
helped me with that. And I'm a caregiver for my mom. So
Mm-hmm.
she's 88 now and she
Mm-hmm.
lives one flight down. And
Mm-hmm.
it was so hard. I had to carve out time for myself
Right.
and be okay with it.
Right.
Not feel guilty that I have to say, Mommy, I need to go upstairs now. I need to
Right.
and most of the time she's like, okay, all right.
She's
But we
probably
got
saying,
to
when are you going to get out of here so I
get out
can,
of here. I know. So I can watch my
you're not the
stories.
boss of me. Get out of here.
Right,
Right.
exactly. But that kind of stress too, where
Yeah.
you feel like, oh, I got to do this. I have to make sure she's doing this. Make sure she's eating. Make sure that, and just take a moment. Give yourself permission to go. No, I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to read. Whatever it is. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to
Yes.
pause and
Yes.
exhale.
Yes.
So
That's what
yeah.
we need. And we can't take care of anyone else if we don't take care of ourselves.
What's that?
So
Put your mask on first
that's right.
before you
Getting back to
help
the
anyone
airport
else.
thing. That's right.
Exactly.
Put our own mask on first. And
Hmm.
self-care, like run out and get a massage or whatever, that
Hmm.
okay, do that. But
Yeah,
we need to build it into our everyday life in midlife.
absolutely.
So Zia, I
Absolutely.
hope there was something good in there for you that you might be able to use.
Yes.
Hi, Auntie Sabrina. She said, everyone. Oh, hi, and everyone. Let's see. Food and Family Travel says, love it. Excellent. I always
Oh,
say,
cool.
same. So there's some good things here.
Hmm.
I'm glad you guys are here. We got a truth in there, an excellent. Thank you. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm glad you guys are here. And then let's see. You can see I need some readers here. Auntie Sabrina says, I love my little 3 pounds. Exactly. Be proud of those little three
Yes.
pounders. And then when you're
Yes.
starting to feel like you're going to throw it out the window, go to 5, sister.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to say.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Mediterranean diet. Really good, Zia said.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
easy. Mediterranean diet, small weights
Hmm.
does help. Yes. No slacking. Exactly. Because
Mm.
you don't want to slack on yourself, right? That's the whole
Exactly. We
point.
do so much for other people. And then when it comes for ourselves, we're not selfish. And it's okay to be selfish.
That
Yeah.
is not a bad word.
Hmm.
Selfish is not a bad word. Hi,
No.
Tracy. No, exactly. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, Brenda, I know
Yes.
people. Hey, Trey, how are you? I know people want to know more about your Indiegogo
Hmm.
for the Pause Lounge at the
Yes.
airport
Yes.
and
Yes.
check out the Pause boxes, etc.
Hmm.
So where should they go to learn more? Because especially on your race for the lounge in the airport, you got what, 18 days, 19 days left to go here?
Yes, I know. I know. It's going to be good no matter what, but I would like to get to, as close to it as possible.
Right.
Because there's a lot of other things, and I try to explain to people too, while these funds can go to the lounge, there's also, um, I would love to be a part of some of the conferences that Pause for Women, Pause by B. Braxton can be there. I did a redefining wellness weekend and I
Mm.
just had a lounge, like a semi
Mhm.
kind of lounge. And
Well, lounges
the
can be everywhere, right?
everywhere,
Virtual
exactly.
even.
Exactly. And the women between sessions had such a good time coming into the lounge and having their nosh or just talking with each other and talking about what was in the box and things like that. So funds will be going to that as well so that I can participate and get the word out more for
Yes.
Pause
Yes.
because
I love
marketing
it.
is everything.
Yeah.
So you can go to Indiegogo and just type in Brenda Braxton and it will take you to the Pause Lounge. Also, my website is pausebyBbraxton.com.
Great.
And then Indiegogo, Pause by B Braxton _ and Facebook, Pause by B Braxton. So
I
it's
love it.
all Pause by B Braxton.
And Auntie Sabrina _handmade said, I
Ah,
never travel, but I can use the products right here at home to relax. I love that. You
absolutely.
can have your own home lounge with your
Absolutely.
beautiful products.
Absolutely. And the gift box, the Pause box, subscription box, has so many goodies. Like you said, we've got an ecosystem of our own. We take care of you at home, on the road, and in the airport. You
I
know what
love
I
it.
mean? So
Pick
however
your
you
own
can
advent, your own
use,
pause lounge adventure. Right.
exactly. And
Yeah.
there's some cute little things in there too for personal
Oh,
things.
better go over there and
Personal
check it out to see what
toys.
they
Yeah.
are. Because we all need more
Yes.
personal things in our
Personal
midlife.
things.
So
And you know,
super
it's funny. That's what being this age has also done for me. I can step into how I feel about so many things,
mhm.
how I feel about having a partner, not having a partner, how I feel about sex, how I feel about how my body looks, because I've come to the conclusion that it is what it is. I will always try to keep myself healthy and looking good. I'm never going to go back to that 30-year-old body, dancer's
Right.
body, that 20-year-old dancer's body. So and I think I mentioned this to you the last time. I wear a gold belly chain, and I wear that belly chain. When that belly chain starts getting really tight, then I know, okay, you need to look at this a little, a little
That's a
bit.
tip of the day right there.
That's a tip of the day, but it makes me feel sexy just having that little,
A little
nobody really
secret
knows
underneath
about, have
there.
that little, yeah, have that little thing on there. But I wanted to read something really quick
Yeah.
because here we don't treat women. That's a whole nother, anyway. Okay. So
That is another a separate mental lounge.
yes. So here
Okay,
we go.
good.
In Japan, menopause is known as, and I hope I don't butcher this too much, konenki, a word that translates to renewal years
Mm,
or energy season,
mm,
reflecting a very different cultural view from the Western idea of decline.
mm.
Isn't that awesome?
Wow. We need
Isn't
to
that
start
awesome?
adopting that and sharing that around a lot more.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Because we are at a stage we know so much. We've lived. We still look good. You look amazing.
You
You
know, I turned
know,
60 this year, so
see, I just turned 69. So the next one is,
it's about
yes,
to be extra big. Yes, yes.
oh, gonna be extra big. Barbados. So
That's
yes. But that's what it's about. And we need to not think of it as a decline. Yes, we go through these symptoms and things like that, but the frame of mind is so important. You know, your
it's
frame of
everything.
mind
It's
is
everything.
everything. Exactly.
What we
So let's
believe
think
about
of it.
ourselves, who we are,
Yes.
what's possible. And we're
Yes.
actually in the most badass time ever because we got so much wisdom, right? So
Exactly.
and we have
Exactly.
each other. I'm so grateful for all of you today,
Yes.
all of your comments and your engagement and this is why we do what we do for you guys
Exactly.
and for us. We get
Exactly.
don't you get a lift when you can
I
come
love this.
and
Yes.
be in
Put a little makeup
conversation?
on. I know.
Right. So fun.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
B. Braxton, Brenda, my
Mm-hmm.
friend, thank you for
Yes.
all you're doing, your effort, your
Thank
work,
you.
your commitment, your passion for
Yes.
women, and
Yes.
sharing how you can go from Broadway to
Mm-hmm.
VIP menopause boxes, whatever
Yes.
you want, and in
To
between.
airport
The
lounges.
airport lounges, all the things. Oh,
Yes. Yes.
beautiful.
Yes.
And look, we're going to
Mm-hmm.
close with food and family and travel said, I needed this today and your beautiful
Oh.
energy. Mm.
Oh,
Back to you.
good.
Back to
Good. You
you.
can contact me anytime.
There you go.
Anytime.
Hunter
Mm-hmm.
down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Same here.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for being here. Hope to see
Mm-hmm.
you IRL soon. Everybody, let's celebrate ourselves in menopause month because it's
Yes.
time to menopause like a boss, right?
That's right.
There we go. All
Yes.
right. MenoWell.
Absolutely. Thank
All right,
you.
everybody. See you next time. Thank
All
you,
right.
Brenda. All right.
Thank you.
MenoWell.
Bye bye.